All right, so we got the edges 10, corners 10, surface is a 10. How are we feeling about that centering though? Hey YouTube, today we're gonna go ahead and get a submission ready for CGC. Let's go ahead and take advantage of Yu-Gi-Oh because they're grading that now. And honestly, I hate how playable Yu-Gi-Oh was. Not a lot of the cards I have actually survived, or at least they're in very rough condition, but there are a few that I've completely left untouched. So the first card that I have is Slifer the Sky Dragon. This is a secret rare GBI promo. This was essentially the first God card that came out. Since then, there have been many reprints for this card, but this is essentially the original, so this is quite a cool one to go ahead and get. As far as how I got it, actually way back in the day, my brother decided to go ahead and get me the game. And it was pricey for a game to get imported from Japan, but yeah, I got that. He's awesome, he's the best, and it came with the promo cards. So if we have Slifer the Sky Dragon, we must also have Obelisk the Tormentor. And then, of course, that does mean that I also have the Winged Dragon of Ra. These have been really cool cards to have. And then I have one more card, but what other card would you have along with the God cards? I actually have this beautiful card. This is Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. This actually is the ultimate rare version. That's kind of exciting, and yes, I need to go ahead and get this graded before literally anything happens because this is very susceptible to, more damage over time. So let's go ahead and get this graded. These cards would not get 10s, especially at CGC, but these should be high grading cards. Just looking at them, I'm gonna go ahead and say baseline 7. Honestly, probably 8. But really 9, and hopefully 10. So 7 to 10. You let me know exactly what you think as far as what sort of grade this might get. I feel like Obelisk is the rougher of the three as far as centering goes. So if I got an 8 for Obelisk, I'd be okay. But really, I want 9s. 9s across the board. 9.5s would be amazing. I didn't pay an expensive price for these cards. I got it as a gift. I think it's time to go ahead and actually preserve this if possible. So that's how I got the God cards. And Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. That was a first edition card that I was so lucky to go ahead and pull out of a pack, and ultimate rare as well. I've never had Uriah or Hammond, Uriah. I've never had them, but Raviel, that was a cool thing. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put this into a box and send this out to CGC. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and cut to that opening and see exactly where do we end up from here. And just like that, it's been a couple of weeks and the submission for CGC has gotten back to me. So let's just get into it and see exactly what kind of grades we got. I'm kind of anxious for this just because this is the first time that I'm sending in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and yeah, I'm just all kinds of excited. And right away I can go ahead and tell exactly what cards are where, since they were God cards. And then it was a Raviel card, which is interestingly a very expensive card. Just looking at TCG Player, that was such a lucky draw. But anyways, let's go ahead and see exactly what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Evolutions Charmander to go ahead and just help us out this time. So let's see. This is the Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. From Shadow of Infinity, first edition, ultimate rare. I don't know if you can go ahead and see it in the foil, but there's this interesting kind of line around his torso. And that's exactly how it came out of the pack. But let's see. Okay, 10 edges. 10 corners. 8 surface. Okay, that's not bad just because we already knew that wasn't going to be perfect. And then what do we got? 8 centering. Okay. So a near mint 8 Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. That honestly isn't bad at all. I am quite happy with this. Again, because this is a really hard to come by card and it's graded by CGC as an 8. You can't get Mad at that. This is a super, super nice card. So what do you think? Do you think this deserved an 8? Could not be happier with this card. All right. So already just looking at the back of this card, it's got no logo because I know that this is a God card. This is a GBI, Slifer the Sky Dragon, which was the first printing of literally the God cards. Oof. There we go, Slifer the Sky Dragon. And in my opinion, this is a pretty nice card. As far as like how much it's actually been played, you know, it's been in a deck like less than probably 3 times in its lifetime ever. So let's go ahead and take a look at the grades. 10 edges, 10 corners, 9.5 surface. Oh no, I mean that's still pretty good. And then what do we got at the end? 9.5 centering. All right, we got the Gem Mint 9.5 Slifer. The Duel Monsters International Promos, GBI 001 Secret Rare. All right. It's not a 10, it's not a pristine, but I'm honestly so glad just to go ahead and have this encapsulated because, you know, this is something that I've had just like in binders for just this amount of time. Like since 2003. Jeez. So what do y'all think? CGC 9.5. Is this a good grade for the card? All right, it's incredibly easy to go ahead and tell what card this is. If you know your God cards, this is absolutely an Obelisk the Tormentor. But I'm just excited about all these God cards, just to finally have them protected. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful card. I need to go ahead and watch the anime again. Literally, I don't know, these God cards, they're so damn cool. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out. What did we think this was gonna be? I don't know. Edges 9.5. Oh no. This is not the perfect, but that's okay. Okay, edges 9.5. Corners 10. Surface 9. Okay, so we got a mixed bag here. And then at the end, 9.5 centering. Gem Mint 9.5. How do you like that? This actually looks really good in a CGC case because of the blue label. You know, we got the very blue card. Most of my cards are just not in good condition because, you know, it was a very playable game. So, the edges and corners on literally everything. But special cards like this, no. Like, I just didn't want to touch it because it's like the condition. And I guess it's kind of paying off now. Like a 9.5. This is great. In my opinion, this is such a great grade, especially because it's CGC. It's hard to get 10s. So for the last card, we got, what was its name? Slifer the Sky, no, the Winged Dragon of Ra. All right, the yellow funky chicken of Ra. So let's see. Oh my gosh. This is such a beautiful card. And then speaking about the God cards, I still feel like I need to go ahead and collect the King's Court set. I love the way that the foil is on those cards. All right. So we got the edges, 10. That's a good spot to be in. Corners, 10. That's kind of difficult to go ahead and pull. What do we got? Surface is a 10. How are we feeling about that centering though? I honestly can't tell, but I'm no expert. Oh. Ah! Ah! Oh God. Oh God. Jeez. And the thing is, it's really difficult to go out and get like a 10, like even just a pristine 10. Oh gosh. We have the perfect 10 Winged Dragon of Ra, GBI 003, the secret rare. Is it 3? It is 3. Oh gosh. I love the fact that it's a perfect 10 and it's got the yellow text on the yellow card. Jeez. Please don't shake. Or, okay, it doesn't rattle. As far as CGC 10 slabs, you know, I don't have much. I have the Champion's Path promo Charizard. That's a pristine 10. You know, this isn't perfect. I didn't grade this, but I saw it on eBay. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that. You know, it's almost perfect. The edges are a bit off. But, you know, this is a pristine card. Okay, I hate that there's no subgrades on this, but I also saw this on eBay. It was like a really good price. It was real cheap. But this is a pristine 10. But geez, I have 2 pristine cards just because it's expensive to get any kind of perfect card from CGC, because they grade, I don't want to say that they grade harshly, but like they grade accurately and most cards are just not perfect. But oh Lord, this is wild. To go ahead and get a perfect card, perfect 10, perfect anything, honestly. And I guess it makes a little bit of sense on why Ra is the one that got the 10, just because, I mean, to be fair, from the anime, it was easier to go ahead and grasp how Obelisk works and how Slifer works. Yeah, geez, this has been virtually kind of untouched. And the thing is, I kind of feel like I've seen this card, you know, exist as a PSA 10. In my opinion, PSA 10s, they're really not as impressive just because they kind of like pop up a little bit more. But to go ahead and get, you know, literally a 10, like a perfect 10, not even a 10, but like a perfect 10, which would be the equivalent of a BGS Black Label. This is delicious. Oh man, what a return. I'm a bit speechless just because I don't know, like I want to go and get better at this, but in no way did I imagine that I'd be getting a perfect card on this submission. Jeez, from factory to hand and then from hand to just like waiting it out in a binder for 2003, so like nearly 20 years, and we've practically just you know, escaped any sort of potential damage. Wow, I need to go ahead and clean this case because this looks real smudgy, but I guess what can you expect? So what did you think about the submission for CGC? And have you sent anything in, or are you waiting on anything? But anyways, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And otherwise, I'll just go ahead and see you in the next video. You take care. Bye.